Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When it comes to Sister Wives, there has never been a shortage of drama, but the real scandal isn't always what fans see on camera. Sometimes, it's the quiet financial choices that speak the loudest. For years, the Brown family has struggled with unity, money, and property dreams that were supposed to symbolize their togetherness. But what really happened when Robyn Brown and Coyote Brown chose to spend over $70,000 a year on a luxurious rental home while Janelle Brown, his longtime, hardworking wife, was living in a cramped RV on Coyote Pass? That contrast alone tells the real story of the family's downfall. The dream of building a united homestead in Flagstaff was supposed to be the Brown family's fairy tale ending, but as it turns out, Coyote Pass became the stage for one of the most painful power plays in the family's history. While Robyn and Coyote were enjoying spacious living with their children in a fully furnished multi-bedroom home, complete with landscape lawns, modern interiors, and plenty of space for filming, Janelle, who had been the family's most responsible and practical member, was forced to downsize to an RV because Coyote refused to approve financing for her to build. It was more than just a housing difference. It was a painful symbol of how priorities in the Brown household had shifted dramatically. Fans were left stunned as Janelle, ever the independent woman, took it upon herself to live on the Coyote Pass property in an RV, trying to make the family's long-forgotten dream a reality. She wanted to plant roots, to live off the land they'd invested in years ago, and to finally see her piece of the family promise come to life. But instead of encouragement, she got resistance. Coyote wasn't interested in helping Janelle build her home. Instead, he poured time and attention into Robyn's comfort, choosing to rent a massive house that cost nearly $70,000 a year. And when Janelle's RV broke down, or when she complained about lack of water hookups and harsh weather conditions, Coyote brushed it off, often refusing to spend the nights there. For him, the RV was too uncomfortable. For Janelle, it was her dream, her chance to own something after years of putting everyone else first. The Coyote Pass land, which was originally meant to represent the family's unity and future, had become a wedge dividing them. When Sister Wives cameras rolled, Janelle often appeared upbeat, even when she was struggling. She tried to smile through the chaos, telling fans that she loved the simplicity of RV life. But viewers could see the pain behind her determination. She wasn't just battling the elements, she was battling a husband who had emotionally and financially checked out. At the same time, Robyn's home stood in stark contrast, a sprawling property with more space than anyone else in the family, the newest furnishings, and, notably, Coyote's full presence. Coyote called it necessary to have that rental because Robyn's kids needed stability. But fans saw it differently. They saw favoritism. They saw hypocrisy. How could the same man who refused to co-sign on a modest build for Janelle justify spending thousands every month on a rental that wasn't even owned by the family? This discrepancy didn't just reflect Coyote's changing affections, it reflected a shift in control and power dynamics. Robyn had become, in many fans' eyes, the de facto leader of Coyote's world. Her comfort was prioritized, her home was secured, and her lifestyle remained untouched while the rest of the family struggled. Christine Brown, now happily remarried and thriving outside the polygamous chaos, once pointed out that Robyn always seemed to get what she wanted, and the Coyote Pass situation was the ultimate proof. While Robyn lived in financial stability, Janelle was literally living on dirt, trying to hold onto the dream the family had built together. The land that was supposed to unite them was now the center of resentment and betrayal. Behind the scenes, things got even more twisted. Documents from the property division showed that while all the wives were supposed to have equal portions of Coyote Pass, the way ownership was distributed wasn't as fair as fans believed. Coyote and Robyn co-owned one of the largest plots together, while Janelle and Mary were left with smaller, less developed pieces. And when it came time to actually plan for building, Coyote's enthusiasm vanished. He'd talk about the vision, but his actions spoke otherwise. Every financial decision pointed toward Robyn's benefit. It's as though Cody had already decided which family mattered most, and the rest were left to fend for themselves. Janelle, being independent and less reliant on Cody's finances, didn't fit his new narrative, and Robyn's luxury rental only amplified the emotional distance. To make matters worse, while Janelle was trying to make ends meet and manage her business ventures, Cody and Robyn were reportedly facing mounting debts from the property taxes on Coyote Pass. Yet, instead of addressing the financial mess, they chose to live above their means. The $70,000 a year rental wasn't a necessity. It was a symbol of Cody's denial and Robyn's insulation from reality. They continued to live comfortably while blaming others for the family's fragmentation. And when Janelle confronted Cody about his financial irresponsibility, the cracks in their marriage became impossible to ignore. Their explosive argument over the phone, where Janelle told Cody to shut up and eventually declared that she was done, became one of the most powerful moments in Sister Wives history. That wasn't just a marital fight. It was years of pent-up frustration from a woman who gave everything and got nothing back. The irony is, Janelle was the one who made Coyote Pass possible in the first place. She had been the family's financial backbone, managing budgets, paying off debts, and keeping the books straight while Cody spent money on multiple households. Yet when it came time for her to finally reap the reward, she was denied. Robyn, who entered the family much later, got a lavish lifestyle, new jewelry businesses, and Cody's undivided attention. The optics were impossible to ignore. As Janelle sweated through Arizona summers in an RV, Robyn hosted holiday dinners in air-conditioned comfort. Fans couldn't help but call it what it was, favoritism disguised as practicality. But Janelle's story doesn't end in despair. Her RV days, though difficult, became the catalyst for her independence. Fans rallied behind her, admiring her grit and self-reliance. She wasn't the wife sitting in luxury. She was the one getting her hands dirty, refusing to play the victim. And when Cody failed to show up emotionally or physically, she chose to move on. Living on Coyote Pass was her symbolic goodbye to the idea of a shared Brown family dream. In her eyes, the family had already splintered long before she parked her RV on that land. And the more time passed, the clearer it became that Cody's obsession with Robyn's comfort was the nail in the coffin for his plural marriage. Today, Robyn's rental saga stands as one of the biggest contradictions in Sister Wives history. Even as she publicly cried about wanting the family to be united, her actions and Cody's financial choices painted a different picture. Spending tens of thousands annually on rent while Janelle couldn't even afford to build a modest home wasn't just poor money management. It was a moral failure. It proved what many fans had long suspected, that Cody's family man persona was a facade. He had become the husband of one, not four. And Robyn, whether she meant to or not, benefited from it all. The Coyote Pass scandal continues to haunt the Browns because it exposes everything the family tried to hide: inequality, favoritism, and manipulation. It wasn't just about land, it was about control. Janelle's independence threatened Cody's authority. Christine's departure humiliated him. And Mary's distance left him exposed. So instead of addressing his own failures, Cody retreated to the comfort of Robyn's house, a home that became his escape from accountability. The irony is almost poetic. The man who once preached about unity and faith ended up dividing his own family through greed and pride. In interviews since then, Janelle has hinted that she has no regrets about her choices. Living in that RV might have been tough, but it was real. It represented freedom, something she'd lost in years of shared living and polygamous compromise. Meanwhile, Robyn has stayed silent, often tearfully claiming that she didn't want this life and that she misses the family. But fans aren't buying it. To them, the $70,000 a year rental is more than a house. It's a monument to everything that went wrong. It's the clearest sign of how Cody's priorities shifted from shared dreams to selective love. Now that the Brown family is fractured beyond repair, Coyote Pass stands empty, a haunting reminder of what could have been. The land that was supposed to bring them together has instead become the symbol of their downfall. Each wife walked away in her own way. Christine found new love. Janelle found independence. Mary found strength, and Robyn found herself alone with Coyote, clinging to the dream that's long dead. The scandal isn't just about who lived where, it's about how the Browns lost sight of fairness and love in pursuit of comfort and control. In the end, Robyn's expensive rental was never just a home. It was a statement. It said, "We're not equal anymore." And while Coyote justified every dollar spent as for the family, everyone watching knew the truth. The Brown family dream died the moment Coyote stopped treating his wives as partners and started treating one as a queen. Janelle's RV may have been small, but it was filled with integrity, something money can't buy. The Coyote Pass scandal didn't just expose Coyote's favoritism, it revealed the tragic truth behind the family's empire, that love without equality is destined to collapse. The deeper fans look into the financial details of the sister wives' empire, the clearer it becomes that the Coyote Pass saga wasn't simply a real estate issue. It was the final chapter in a long story of imbalance, resentment, and quiet manipulation. What makes the situation even more shocking is that Coyote Pass was initially supposed to be the family's shared victory. When they bought the land, Coyote promised that each wife would have her own home built there, side by side, creating a plural paradise in Flagstaff where they could finally live as one united family. But the dream quickly dissolved as favoritism took over. According to land records and fan investigations, Robyn's portion of Coyote Pass was not only larger but also co-owned with Coyote, while Janelle and Mary were left with far less autonomy. Coyote justified it by claiming that Robyn needed the stability for her younger kids, but fans saw right through it. It was a blatant display of how Robyn's comfort always came first. While Janelle worked tirelessly to make ends meet, pay property taxes, and maintain the family's finances, Robyn's household seemed shielded from accountability. Reports surfaced that Coyote and Robyn fell behind on taxes multiple times, sparking public outrage and questions about where the family's money was really going. How could they afford a lavish rental, but not stay current on Coyote Pass payments? That contradiction became symbolic of the emotional and financial corruption that destroyed the Browns. Meanwhile, Janelle's RV became a metaphor for her resilience. It wasn't glamorous. It was raw, uncomfortable, and honest. But it also showed the kind of woman Janelle truly is: hardworking, self-sufficient, and unwilling to wait for anyone's permission to live her life. Fans watched her stand in the Arizona dust, hair tousled by the wind, looking over the property she once dreamed of sharing with her sister wives, and realized that Janelle had finally found her strength by losing everything. Now, years later, with Christine remarried and thriving, Mary reinventing herself through business ventures, and Janelle living independently, Coyote Pass feels like a ghost of promises broken. Robyn and Coyote, still together in their oversized rental, appear trapped in the consequences of their own decisions. The family's great land dream became a cautionary tale about greed and favoritism. What began as a vision of unity ended as a portrait of inequality. Robyn's $70,000 a year rental didn't just separate her physically from her sister wives. It separated her morally from the foundation of what sister wives was supposed to stand for: love, fairness, and family.